Hello, crafting beauties. Today's prompt for Christmas in July, that's hosted by Becs Crafting World 2 and Mermaid Cove Studio. The prompt is to do tags, and I was looking through my dies and I found these tags, die cuts, and it's a set that goes together like this. Well, I was looking at this and I was looking at the tags that were in that collection kit that I got off of, where did I buy that? Oh, scrapbook.com. That's where I got this. Anyways, so I was looking at this die set and I thought this would be kind of neat if instead of using it as a tag, I'm going to use it in a different and unique way. So keep watching and you'll see what I'm talking about. Hopefully it turns out actually. I found on Temu a long time ago, I'm talking maybe a year ago at least, these acrylic hangers, and they're to hang your earrings off of these spots right here. Well, since I found those, and I was actually going to use them for my jewelry, but then I realized, hey, I think I can use that in a different way. And here is what I'm gonna try to describe to you what it is. And so hang with me here. Hang with me. So what I'm gonna do is use these tags as the ends, and then I'm gonna run maybe a straw or a wooden dowel or something through there. And I'm gonna hang my tags some way. I don't know. We're gonna see if it turns out. So also, after I cut everything out, I'm gonna put this to music because it's just a little bit easier to get everything put together without having to try and talk at the same time. I can't do two things at once, you know. Anyways, so I'm going to put this to music, and then at the end I'll come back on and I'll talk about it, okay? All right, so hold on. I'm going to get everything all cut, and then I'm going to get it going. Okay, so after I've cut all that out, I realized that these are not going to be sturdy enough to hold both sides up at the same time. So I'm adding an extra piece of this kind of like craft cardstock, and for some reason, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but that craft cardstock seems to be like thicker or stronger than just the regular 110-pound cardstock. And that's exactly what that pink paper is 110-pound cardstock. But yet I just felt like I needed just a little more, just in case I didn't want it to fold in half whenever I'm hanging anything off of this. So I'm just gluing these all together here, and then once I get all of these put together, I'm going to take and put two of them together. So there's basically two ends to that. Next, I'm taking these clear acrylic hangers and just gluing them down on these papers, and then I cut them out, and then they'll look like this. Ta-da! So after that, I just make this just a basic box out of that 110-pound pink cardstock, and I just glue that all together. And then I put that at the bottom of that. I add the tags to the sides, and then I take these wood pieces. They remind me of pawns in the game of chess, and I paint them pink, and I glue those to the bottom of that box. Next, I take my straw and add in a skewer, and then glue that in. And then on each side, I glued my bow, and I'll show you the bow, and then I use a piece of curl ribbon, and then also a piece of lace ribbon. And you'll see I'll glue all together here. And I do use a hot glue gun for this instead of the fabric tack for it. So then I'll put a little dot of glue, and then the curly ribbon, and then hot glue, and then the lace, and then hot glue again. And I put that onto that straw on the other side. And then I decide, after I get that all together, I'm like, this still needs something. So you'll see what I mean. That's what that looks like so far. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to put one of these little dazzling dot things here on. So I have a dark pink, a white, and a light pink. And then I try to figure out which one I like the best. Dark pink, light pink, white. And then I end up going with a white because I thought it needed some white with that ribbon. And this is the tag die and the other die that I use. So I cut these tags out using that particular die. And here I'm just showing you what I cut out. And then I have to set that aside to dry and everything. And all I did was just tie those onto there. And next I take a little pocket and I just make this little pocket, and I had that little extra die cut that I had. And then that will be like to who it's from, to who it's to, and to who it's from. So then I decide, okay, now I'm bouncing back to this cart, and I'm adding the lace and then these flowers, which have that gold on the edge. And I end up doing it on both sides of that cart. I'll add the lace on each side and also the flowers on each side. I know it seems like I'm going back and forth, but it's because I'm letting glue dry in between. And here is that flower that I used before. So there is the blinged out Santa. Next is a blinged out ice skate. The next tag is a blinged out Christmas tree. That one's my favorite. And then we have Miss Bunny in her basket. And then a little Miss Pretty Kitty. And then I'm trying to figure out why that gem went crooked, so I fixed it there. And then we have these roses. And then that is my modern Victorian Christmas tag cart. Say that 5 times fast. Anyways, also, I'd like to let you know that this is a Christmas in July hop, and there are a lot of other ladies, and they are participating in this hop. And if you could go follow them and give them a view, they'd really appreciate it. So thanks a lot, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.